What's up, Cowboys Nation? Boy, Mike Tag here. You get a double dip. You get me early in the morning, and you get me after work. So, hey, just a lot of things were happening. Jerry Jones, obviously, an interview kind of went on the Senior Bowl, and he was talking. Use the word "all in" came out, and then as I've been watching some of it and just listening to some of the things he said, I had a little video there talking about free agency, what he's going to do.
Because I think the plan would be it would be disruptive to not do a free agent as far as what we did last year. I think you could anticipate us having some influence here and being involved in some free agents, subject to if the right free agent can we can get under the right contract.
So they were talking about redoing Dak's contract, getting, obviously guys they got to re-sign and what they're going to do. And obviously McCarthy coaching under no extension at this time is last year of his contract. So a lot of stuff. If you get a chance to watch it, he was at the Senior Bowl talking about, just kind of maybe the state of the union with the Cowboys and where they're at. And he still has a lot of confidence in Mike McCarthy. They said there could be an extension just because there's not one right now doesn't mean it can't happen. Jerry's a salesman. He's going to get all that. But, using that word all in, I put a tweet out, man, I've been all in for 40 years. I mean, they better be all in every year. It should be a question if you're all in. You better be every single year. There's got to be a sense of urgency. Obviously, Dak's contract, they're going to have to work. Everything kind of is a domino effect. They got to work some things out with the contracts to free up money, which they can do. They can do CD and that'll actually free up a lot of money because you can backload stuff and kind of move things around. Same thing with Dak Prescott if that's their plan, but they better be active in free agency. I talked about it this morning. I need in Cowboys Nation, we need something that gives us hope that we're not going to go into the season with the same story, the same roster, the same way it goes, and it leads up to I believe it's Ben Johnson. I thought he was going to Washington, but he's staying at Detroit if the news is right. So that opens the door to our man Dan Quinn is on the short list of coaches for the Commanders, and you still have Seattle that has not done anything yet with their coach. So there's still a chance that Dan Quinn could be headed out of Dallas, and if he is, the rumor is that you may get Ron Rivera coming in as defensive coordinator. That would be kind of interesting, especially if Dan Quinn went to Washington. Then you've got if you ended up with Rivera in Dallas, you got Kellen Moore over in with Philadelphia as their offensive coordinator. It's like as the world turns in the NFC East, we just keep recycling stuff. So I'm not sure how all that's going to play out, but the team has got to they're going to have to make some moves. But listening to Jerry, he's talking about being disruptive, and there needs to be some disruption after the way the season ended. And, whether that means, some major roster moves, some tweaking of the roster, whatever the case may be, but they've got to do something. I think Jerry, he knows there's, time is not on your side. Unlike what the Rolling Stones said, and he's gonna have to do something if he wants to hoist up another one of those Lombardis that you're seeing behind me. And hopefully, you guys are liking this is my mini cave, so not the full cave, just find an easier place that I can keep all my stuff so I don't have to take it down. So I've kind of made some pictures. If you look, there's Tony Hill, you got Eugene Lockhart. You see, we've got who else do we got over there? We got Barry Switzer's been trying to get a lot of people who've been on the show, trying to represent them and show some love. And speaking of, we got James Washington coming into the cave on Thursday night. You don't want to miss two-time Super Bowl champion, nicknamed Drive By because of the hits that he would put on these guys. So definitely check it out. But I mean, what's your thought when you hear all in? I mean, is it kind of like the same old thing, same old story? I got to see it to believe it. I mean, Jerry's a salesman. I'm a salesman. You guys know I could sell some Cowboys stuff and sell you some hope, but I got to feel the hope in order to give it back to Cowboys Nation. So Jerry Jones and this organization has got to do something. Now we're hearing stories with Stephen Jones is the big problem, which I think a lot of us always kind of said he's the one kind of holding things back a little bit as well. So they've got to feel it, and the fans have got to make them feel it, and hopefully they'll get something going. But just wanted to drop a quick video, seeing what happens. A lot of Cowboy stuff coming on. Like Jerry. There was a video, and I want to watch the whole thing where he's on 105.3 and talking about they're talking about us. That's a good thing. He said that 100 times, so I want to see the context because they clipped it. I want to see, was he talking about that in a full sentence about some other stuff before I'd say that's the only thing he cares about. But, the proof's in the pudding. And if they don't start doing something, especially this year, there's a lot of upset fans and there's a lot of pressure on this team. You still got a young roster. You still got some talent on this team. You're seeing now they're 10 Pro Bowls. Pro Bowl's a joke anyway. When I saw Dak Prescott is he's bowed out of it. Zach Martin's bowed out of it. I don't even know why they have a Pro Bowl. They call it Pro Bowl games, but it's kind of like a joke. But they've added a couple more Cowboys. So you got Ferguson in there, you got Tyler Smith in there, you got Tank in there. So I mean, by the end of the day, you gotta have like 150 Pro Bowlers that can say they made the Pro Bowl. But that's why I look at the All Pro. Or if you want to look at the initial Pro Bowl list, you can do that. But that's just some of my random Cowboys talk. Hope you guys are doing good. Leave a comment, leave a like, share, hit that subscribe if you're not. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. This is going to be an off season where it's time to put up or shut up for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, we've been feeling like we've been there. And I said this loss, most disappointing loss in franchise history, for everything that they had in front of them, everything that it meant, and really the way they lost made it even worse in that type of game at home when you won that many in a row. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, we got James Washington, two-time Super Bowl champion, coming into the cave. We got some more interviews coming up as well. So we're going to keep it busy. We're going to keep you busy in the cave. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe if you hadn't already. We're trying to get up to 3,000 as our next goal. And we got this Bob Lilly signed Funko Pop with every inscription. He was a guest on our show. If you hadn't seen that interview, go check it out. And if you hadn't seen all the other ones, you need to go check them out too. We had a bunch of Cowboys legends in here so far. But 3,000 subscribers going to get that. And then once we get to 5,000, which I know we could do it before the season, we're going to, you got to get 2 of my tickets. You talk about 2 of my seats that you can either take me or you can take someone else. Maybe you want to take Kelly or take Jimmy Dee, take Uncle Cheech. You can pick who you want. Hopefully you want to take me, but if not, they're yours. You do with them as you wish. But we'll be doing that at 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Appreciate all the support. Have a great time, mixing it up with you guys. I love doing the live stuff. So we will be live Thursday night. We'll probably do maybe some more live stuff in the off season because that's really what I love to do most. So you guys take care. Have a great evening. If you're catching this later, have a good morning if I'm just waking up with you. So take care. And let me see. I'm working on my outro. So here it is.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.